The first one is really interesting. Alexis Sky's baby isn't Fetty Wap's.
Yeah, according to Shade Room. Yeah, it's the T, and it's allegedly. And you know Masika's dirty feet is all on it. She could not wait. She was in the trenches like a troll, waiting for something to happen to Alexis Sky. Now, Alexis Sky has been in the news for something else, but apparently, there was a photo of her and her kid, and then, I'm guessing the alleged father said daddy's girl, and people are just like running with that story. But
wait, hold on. We saw the DNA results like a Maury Povich episode on Love and Hip Hop. That is Fetty Wap's baby. So I don't know who this preposterous father is pretending to be, but I bet you he was hired by Dirty Foot Masika to get some tea going. Again, nothing for like an actual project or talent or work, just
nothing of the sort. Nothing of the sort. So it starts off with Masika saying, find my comment from 2 years ago in the Shade Room and don't ever effing question me again. F out of here. So she's referring to a tweet saying, now go swab Brandon the car dealer and Pope the married N-word. Don't act bad Twitter fingers when you've been running in real life for 4 years. I guess when they were going back and forth about being a baby mama, pot calling the kettle black stuff. But anywho, one of Fetty Wap's other baby mamas came and said, yeah, that's not Fetty Wap's kid either. This is the woman who was pregnant at the same time as Alexis Sky.
I can't remember Fetty Wap, so I can barely remember his insemination history.
Right. He's really is a has-been right now. But Mr. Wap allegedly was in on the whole thing. They were saying that basically they purposely lied about him being Alexis Sky's baby father.
For the show?
I don't know.
I could see Mona Scott Young having her fingers in that.
Yeah, but for some reason, Masika just feels vindicated. I just really wish she lives her life and I just wish she stays out the drama, but I don't think that's possible for her.
It is amazing how Masika is so invested in the vag of Alexis Sky. You think they were scissor sisters.
They might as well be. I mean, they're practically sister wives. Well, sister baby mamas. I don't know.
Heifers of a harem.
Yes. Last week, when we finished filming, there was some great breaking news. A new Verzuz battle with Ashanti and Keyshia Cole. That's going to be this Saturday.
Oh, if that ain't a fish spot versus a chicken joint, then I know something.
And it sucks because I'm on my diet, y'all, and I can't fry no catfish. Because maybe I'll do some blackened catfish, Let's just unpack this because I am very excited. There are a lot of people on Ashanti's side and calling Keyshia Cole the underdog, but let's not forget, there's an iconic discography of bops. And before y'all even try me, her first 2 albums were no skips. I'm just saying. We were all in high school singing Love at the top of our lungs. I'm just saying. Well, maybe I was. But let's not forget, I should have cheated. I changed my mind. Love. Remember. She has so many hits.
I just want it to be over.
Oh, yes. And then that's just her first album. So, yeah, she got the hits. Ashanti. Now, I love me some Ashanti. But...
And Ashanti should have won the Grammy for Rain on Me, but Beyonce purchased it before she could get it. Well, Mr. Knowles.
Well, speaking of real thieves, everyone is waiting for the tea. They want Ashanti to play J-Lo's records. Because that's what I'm looking forward to. I want her to play Ain't It Funny because unlike Beyonce, J-Lo took Ashanti's vocals and put them on the same song. That was Ashanti singing. So that's what I call a thief personally.
So stealing copyrighted work doesn't count, but stealing vocals is an issue.
Oh my God.
Okay.
I just want to get on Ashanti and give her flowers. You know, she had a meteoric rise in 2001, 2002. Like, she was that girl in 2002. But I will say, after her second album, she plateaued. And it was just going like down, down, down to her scooting on the floor, if you don't remember that.
Well, no, what happened was, she was signed to Murder Inc. Murder Inc. had that whole big investigation, tied up all their money. Like, she was going to be the Beyonce. Like, because of that investigation and all of that bad press, a lot of her acting gigs were, kiboshed. A lot of her sponsorships were kiboshed. And so, like, they came back as the Inc., but it wasn't the same. They didn't have the same budget, the same pull, and
Now that you mentioned that, there were three things. The one that you brought up, Murder Inc. being like seized by the feds and all that. You had 50 Cent that came out in 2003 that obliterated Ja Rule's career. Like, if you remember that. Like, he had Ja Rule looking like a clown, had the whole Murder Inc. label looking like clowns. And then, as you bring up Beyonce's like solo debut was in 2003 as well. So, yeah, the Beyonce effect.
Now, you see, the thing is, Ashanti wrote.
Oh my God. Keyshia Cole's the better singer. That's all I'm saying. Now, Ashanti's vocals, come on now. Don't let me pull out the receipts on Ashanti's vocals. Because I will show you the clip of her singing a Shaka Khan song. What? You remember that. She was reaching for that note. I'm not saying Keyshia is Whitney Houston, but I'm just saying, out of the two, Ashanti has songwriting down. But anyway, I'm excited for the two ladies. I can't wait. It's this Saturday at 8 o'clock. I've been wanting this Verzuz battle, so I'm excited. Now,
I gotta agree with you. Ashanti was reaching for that note, like Beyonce reached for her high school diploma. Neither of them grasped it. Let's get to the Janet portion of the show.
Well, actually, I have a segue to Janet. So I have it. So last episode, I know we opened up the episode with, Teyana Taylor, and I shaded her. I did, and I'm going to own it. And a lot of celebrities have come out saying, like, big up in Teyana Taylor, don't give up, that's your music career. And then recently, I just saw a post by Janet Jackson. And she posted a picture of Teyana Taylor saying, you were a wonderful soul, wonderful artist. Please don't give up. If I would have gave up on my second album, where would I be today? Like, Janet didn't blow up until her third album. But and my response to this, I said what I said. Like, I'm not retracting anything. Like, I still don't care for her music. I think she's a great entertainer. I think she's a great personality, but I'm not a fan of her music. And it is what it is. I said what I said. We have had a hard-ass year, y'all, and he is still dragging Janet along. That horse is cremated.
It's just so funny you bring her up. But I hope Teyana does continue with her music career, but I would say she shouldn't listen to Janet, since nobody can. But I'm glad Janet's encouraging the next generation.
No, I didn't say Teyana Taylor should stop. I just said, I don't care, if she did. She can continue to make music, but, I mean, it's just not for me.
I'll say this, Raven-Symoné could continue to make music too.
I'm not sure if that's paid or not.
I was going to say, but just because you can doesn't mean anyone's listening.
T. Is there something interfering with your happiness or is preventing you from achieving your goals? 2020 has been a hard year for all of us. And personally, it would be great if I could talk to someone about my anxiety. BetterHelp will assess your needs and match you with your own licensed professional therapist. this. You can start communicating in under 48 hours. It's not a crisis line. It's not self-help. It is a professional counseling done securely online. There's a broad range of expertise available, which may not be locally available in many areas. The service is available for clients worldwide. You can log into your account anytime and send a message to your counselor. You'll get timely and thoughtful responses. Plus, you can schedule weekly video or phone sessions so you won't ever have to sit in an uncomfortable waiting room as with traditional therapy.
BetterHelp is committed to facilitating great therapeutic matches, so they make it easy and free to change counselors if needed. It's more affordable than traditional offline counseling, and financial aid is available. BetterHelp wants you to start living a happier life today. Visit their website and read their testimonials that are posted daily. Visit betterhelp.com/roast. That's better, H-E-L-P, and join the over 1 million people who've taken charge of their mental health with the help of an experienced professional. In fact, so many people have been using BetterHelp that they are recruiting additional counselors in all 50 states. Pop Roast listeners get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/roast. Now let's talk about last week, because I recall you said, oh, Dionne has someone wonderful tweeting for her. When I said, I know my husband, and I've been a Dionne fan, my grandmother raised me on Dionne. It's literally, it's in my blood. Dionne is in my blood. I know Dionne, knew it was Dionne. And I am so glad she had the second episode she came out. She said, Heifer, let me let you know. My niece, she real cool. She taught me how to use Twitter. But don't you ever think that the main husband ain't in charge. Now, how does it feel to be checked by a legend?
It feels great, honestly. The timing was crazy because it was literally after our episode. It was the next day.
Maybe her niece watches the episode.
Maybe. Husband. Like, where did she said that on The Celebrity Apprentice, right?
Yeah.
I got your number, husband. I mean, Dionne Warwick is a legend. I have nothing bad to say about her. I know you disrespect legends like Janet Jackson all the time, but I will never disrespect a legend.
Now, is Dionne is more than a legend. She is an icon. She is a blueprint. She is the moment. Now, come on now.
I got that reference. Speaking of, keep my name out your mouth.
She told Wendy?
Yeah, keep my name out your mouth.
I'll tell you, I think now, you see, Dionne is Whitney's aunt, Whitney's cousin, and also somehow kin to Aretha Franklin. All them girls will get you together off stage real quick.
Let's talk about Jada's business.
Oh my God. It's the hands for me.
Right. It's just become that thing, you know? I felt like I was the first one to do that, and someone came out with a video doing the exact same thing that I did. It's crazy. Like, we're a little messy show, but, you know, it's whatever.
You shouldn't be talking to her. Talk to the parents. She didn't commit the crime.
That's a good point. But I think it was something else that she said. Like, she was like on her TikTok, and she lost some endorsements because she said something about college. I can't remember. She was really flippant about it. And all the while, like, her parents were buying her into college. And I think that's what happened.
That is absolutely true. But here's the thing. This girl was telling her parents, I do not want to go to college right now. And also, she's young. It's like, I'm still back in school. It's not like, oh my God, if you don't go to school by 18, it's closed to you forever. This girl was making great money as an influencer. She wanted to travel around. She didn't want to go to school right then. But again, to my point, the parents weren't listening to her. She said, I don't want to go. They brought her in anyway.
So I think people aren't like blaming her for the crime, but the thing is, like, just her going on this show is like, it's just not necessary. Like, what damage control are you trying to do? Like, had it been somebody like of color, then, you know, like, basically this is what Jada's mom said, because I think Jada wanted her on the show, and this is where the disagreement happened. She just said, I just found it ironic that she chose 3 Black women to reach out to her for her redemption story. I feel like we're here and white women come into Black women for support when we don't get the same from them. And I think that was her point, just in general.
Okay, now here's another issue. Then why did you book her?
No, Jada booked her.
Okay, then why did the mom appear on the show? If the mom didn't have to be on the show. If she wasn't down with it, then she shouldn't have been there. Like, why participate in a discussion when you really don't have anything to say to the person from jump? If you didn't want to talk to that white woman, nobody says you have to. Nobody's saying that you have to. And if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But if your daughter wants to have a conversation with her, and you either let your daughter do what she's going to do, but don't like, I would say also the red table talk is, this is the thing now. When Black women have shows that are very popular, white women are going to come on them too and tell their stories because white women watch the shows.
So Jada actually made a point. Like, she said, I understand where you're coming from, but let me just be clear. I never want to be the thing that was done to me by white women. So she's just trying to say that she's just trying to give an equal platform. Like, I guess they just have 2 different opinions on it. I can see where both of them are coming from. I will say, I'm pretty sure the grandmother at the table, the way she spoke to Olivia, I'm pretty sure no one has ever spoke to Olivia like that in her life. It was kind of funny because she was like, you will be okay, girl. So I don't see why you need to be here. And just my last point, I really do think that just the overall problem, I'm guessing, that Jada's mom had was just the whole privilege aspect of it. She told her that, you know, what your parents did was not great, but they'll be fine. They're gonna spend their 2 months, maybe 3 months in jail and come right back out, and they're gonna be fine. And we see that happen to Felicity Huffman. Like, she has a role right now. But let's say about, you know, let's remember Wesley Snipes. I'm thinking about Wong Fu right now. I'm sorry. Wong Fu was a really good movie. Anywho, I feel like his career was over. It took him a while to just even get roles again, you know? But let it be like a popular white celebrity like Felicity Huffman, who did a white collar crime. Lauryn Hill did it too.
And she went to jail. Wesley Snipes was in jail for like 7 years. Like, the IRS.
I think it was like 3.
It was a minute, and he was in jail for a minute. But no, the IRS took Al Capone down. You don't mess with the IRS. You can there's white collar crime and there's IRS. You don't mess with the 3-letter people. You don't mess with the DEA. You don't mess with the FBI, and you don't mess with the IRS. The IRS will literally go up to drug lords and say, look, we know what you're doing, but we just want our cut. Well, I guess it's time for us to cancel our Hulu subscription, since the Kardashians will have an exclusive deal with them. Right,
and it's through Disney, like which is just crazy to me. They have a deal, like from a multi-year deal through Hulu to have like exclusive shows. I'm not even sure, it can be more than one show. We just can't get rid of these roaches. I swear to God. Like,
Disney really signed with them. I didn't know it was When You Wish Upon a Puss.
Yeah, according to Deadline, the family has signed a multi-year deal with the Walt Disney Company and are set to create global content exclusively for Hulu. I'm guessing Disney. I mean, Disney owns everything at this point. But yeah, Kim, Kourtney, and Khloe Kardashian. Ugh, just saying those names, it just like just biting into a rotten egg. I agreed along with their mom to put out multiple reality shows, and their final episode is going to be in 2021 with E. So I don't know what E is going to start airing.
Reruns.
True. They really have an empire off of a sex tape. I mean, that's America for you. And it's crazy because she used to be, you know, Paris Hilton's assistant, and, you know, she learned from the best. And I think Khloe used to be Nicole Richie's assistant.
Khloe.
I know. Soon that's a trigger word for you.
Khloe and her femininity.
Speaking of femininity, you and this Potomac Reviews with Rob. Oh my God. I'm just like, oh my God, he will not get off her neck. Rob.
Well, you know, at least she has a neck, unlike Tanisha.
Oh goodness. But back to the K girls. Speaking of them, Blac Chyna, I mean, she doesn't have any type of deal. All she has to show is her new boyfriend, who looks like he just graduated high school. And I'm just wondering, like, what is it with Blac Chyna and Tyga, like, robbing the cradle?
I think they're so immature, they need people on their emotional level.
And there you have it. Put so eloquently and matter-of-factly.
I mean, it is what it is. Like, the truth is, she wants to date someone as young as her parts, and he wants to date somebody young enough to put up with his crap.
I guess it's a free ride for him. I guess. That's all. It has to be that. Get that bag, I guess. They had a lot of announcements yesterday because Disney announced all their content. Along with 1,000 different Star Wars films and shit like that. Sister Act 3 is coming back with Whoopi Goldberg starring. They're bringing everybody back. And Hocus Pocus 2 is now being, like, officially in production. They're both in production. And shout out to Kathy Najimy. That's 2 checks for her.
We haven't seen Kathy in a minute. This could be her resurgence.
Yeah, because the only thing, like, I know her for, like, iconically, is Sister Act, Hocus Pocus, and Peggy Hill from King of the Hill.
Oh, that was her?
Yeah. Also, there was a joke on Twitter. Someone said they added Whoopi Goldberg, and they said, if Lauryn Hill not in it, I'm not watching it. And she retweeted it and was just like, send her that. So I'm guessing they want Lauren in the movie. That would be nice. Bring back Cheryl Lee Ralph. That's who I want to see back. Bring back Cheryl Lee Ralph, please, in some capacity.
I would love to see Cheryl Lee as, like, a choir director, and she's found her love of music. Now, I'd say this, Lauren ain't coming back.
Oh, yeah, definitely not.
Like, they ain't even sent that to Lauren because they knew Lauren ain't coming back. Now, Whoopi might be able to call Lauren, but Lauren would be like, excuse me, I'm Miss Hill. And Whoopi would be like, girl, I ain't got time.
Right. I mean, Whoopi Goldberg is a legend and an EGOT. Let's not... Lauryn Hill, it's Miss Goldberg to you, sweetie. Like, just saying. I want to share an unpopular opinion regarding Sister Act. I was talking to my friend who loves the movies just as much as I do. I can kind of agree that Sister Act 1 was the better movie, but Sister Act 2 is just more iconic. Because I saw Sister Act 1 the other day, and I was like, you know what? This was a really good movie. Because she started out as like a, not a fugitive, but she was hiding from gangsters. Because that's where the whole nun concept came. Like I can't remember the beginning because I haven't seen Sister Act in a while, but I caught it through the middle of it.
I remember the beginning of Sister Act. Like, I would say I think it's a generational difference. For me, Sister Act 2 is cute, but Sister Act 1 for me is more iconic. But
really?
like, I remember that's for me. Like, because I remember the movie opened with hey, 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 ooh, ooh, baby, it's a heat wave burning inside.
Oh,
She
yeah.
did a whole like Supremes medley, and I was like, Whoopi can sing.
Yes, yes. Nothing you can say can tell me away. Yeah, he
My
won't run.
God,
It's a eeny weeny.
my God, nothing you can do. Give me some of that deep shoulder action. To my God. No,
And
I
then,
feel like
oh, she sung in both openings. I'm talking about Sister Act 2's opening. And you're talking about Sister Act 1's opening.
yeah.
I forgot she did Heat Wave. Okay. Sorry, y'all. We just love this movie. We love Sister Act 2 so much. Well, Sister Act in general. It's just so good.
But she was dating the club owner, and he said he was gonna leave his wife a little affair tea.
See, I thought she was a prostitute. I couldn't remember.
Yeah, and so what happened was he gave her his wife's fur coat, and she was like, "What? This is her fur coat because it had her initials in it." And she goes to give him the coat back and sees him kill somebody, and it's like, "Oh my God, I gotta get out of here." She runs through the kitchen and is knocking stuff over.
Yeah. And our last TV update, I know you don't care, but some of our viewers care. RuPaul's Drag Race premieres January 1st. I'm excited about it. I'm not sure you are, but yeah. Drag Race, y'all. I will not be reviewing it because y'all paid that dust, but I'm going to enjoy it. And y'all might see me on Maddie's channel. Shout out to Maddie. That's where I'll review it to people that care about Drag Race. I'm not doing it on my channel anymore. Let's talk about Hellofresh. Get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep with Hellofresh, America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh lets you skip those trips to the grocery store and makes home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. It is easy and stress-free. HelloFresh offers convenient, no-contact delivery to your doorstep for easy home cooking with the family. The recipes are easy to follow with simple steps and pictures to guide you along the way. Great value, and you save 40% when you use HelloFresh versus shopping at the grocery store. Feeding the whole family has never been easier with lower prices for large boxes, so more servings means more savings. It's delicious and nutritious. It gives you variety. HelloFresh delivers fresh, high-quality, pre-portioned ingredients so you can make meals that are delicious. Over 90% of ingredients are sourced directly from growers to ensure peak flavor and ripeness. There's something everyone will enjoy, including 20-minute meals, low-calorie, vegetarian, kid-approved recipes, and more. It's also flexible for your lifestyle. Easily change your delivery days or meal plan preferences and skip a week whenever you need right on the app. Keep your fridge stocked by adding extra meals or additional proteins, quick meals like breakfast on the go, or their 10-minute lunches, and even desserts to satisfy that sweet tooth. Now, what's your experience with HelloFresh?
Well, I have really enjoyed the firecracker meatballs with roasted green beans, the crispy cheddar chicken with loaded bacon, and the better than takeout hoisin chicken.
And I'm sure it was easy to make, right?
Absolutely. 20-minute meals.
Oh, wow.
Go to HelloFresh.com/roast80 and use CoastRoad80 to get $80 off, including free shipping. Again, that's go to HelloFresh.com/roast80 and use code roast80 to get $80 off, including free shipping.
So I want to ask you a question. What is wrong with the grown man ordering a margarita? This tweet went viral, and it was some hood rat saying grown men shouldn't order margaritas. What is wrong with that?
Now, I'm going to say this hood rat also doesn't believe that men should use washcloths or get in between their cheeks. So I'm going to let her wash her man's skid marks out of his drawers for the rest of her life because you can't stop ignorance.
Exactly. Like, y'all know I love to make a cocktail. Look, I will be in a restaurant and order an appletini. I will get me a lychee martini. I'll get me a Sex on the Beach. I'll get me a Shirley Temple if I want, and dare you to say anything about it. Like, why are we like I don't know, attributing femininity to like drinks, you know? Like if you like a drink, you like it. What's so wrong about that? Like that's a deal breaker for you if a man orders a margarita.
It's just letting everybody know, look, I wipe back to front. So that's my kind of lifestyle, and that's the kind of man I'm looking for. Like, she probably thinks it's also, oh, while he washing his hands, ooh, that's feminine.
Exactly. Why does like taking care of yourself and basic hygiene like feminine? I don't get it. And I'm gonna tell you, I work in a restaurant. Well, did work in a restaurant, and they would have men tell me, "Why you thought that was funny?"
Just the way you said it. The 2020 thing, like that did, like
Right, did. I would have men tell me, like, because we have a lychee martini on our menu, they'll be like, "Oh yeah, put that in like a regular glass," like don't even want to sip out of a martini glass. Like, is it really that big of a deal? It is a big deal for some people. Like, do not put it in a martini glass. It has to be in a rocks glass. You wanna drink your lychee martini like a man. I just don't get it.
I would like, it's very interesting because when you look back at like movies of the 40s and the 50s, you really saw men drinking, well, really everybody drinking out of martini glasses, but men would walk in, give me a stiff martini with no olive. And now it's like, oh my God, I'm being seen with a martini glass. It's like, are you going to put your pinky up? It's only gay if you put your pinky up. If your pinky's down, it's just you're drinking out of a nice glass.
Oh my God, that just brought up something else. Men who have like such fragile masculinity that like when they're eating a banana, they have to like, break the tip off and eat it. They can't just eat a banana. Or even a pickle. A pickle. You can't eat a pickle without it like, you gotta eat it masculine, like, or something. You can't just bite into a pickle. And I remember that back in the day. Like, I couldn't even eat a popsicle around my friends without them making jokes. I'm just like, really, y'all? I remember that. Like, because this is when we had ice cream trucks in the hood. Yeah, I grew up in the hood, y'all. I would love those mystery mouth bombs. I should just stop talking, right? I should stop talking. Those mystery mouth bombs with the blue, green, and purple, that was my shit. And I would tear that popsicle up. I don't care if it looked like I was going off. I do not care. That was a good ass popsicle. I was going off. I'm not about to do it right now, but I'm gonna just stop talking and eat my melon. Just some good cantaloupe.
A Columbus, Ohio nightclub was shuttered after 500 people were found there for a Trey Songz concert. Y'all are really gonna risk the the gas, as I like to call it, the gas, for Trey?
Did we already talk about that whole scandal with Cardi? She got attacked for asking her Twitter followers, should I buy this $88,000 bag? Did we talk about that last week?
No, we didn't. I feel like Cardi needs to read the room. I would say just we do follow these people to get a taste of the life of the rich and famous, but you don't need to let everybody know you're about to buy an $88,000 purse. And I will say it is her money. She does give back. She should be able to enjoy it. It's not like, this is somebody who just inherited. She works very hard. Like, go on tour for a year. That's exhausting.
I thought the same thing. I was just like, shut up, girl, shut up. Just don't say it, please. Like, they don't like you already. They want reasons to not like you. It's her money. She can do what she want to do with it. She goes to a bunch of charities, but this just isn't the time. Like, you really have people like losing loved ones, losing jobs, losing their homes, like the rich, there's people profiting off of a pandemic right now. You got big corporations like Amazon, like McDonald's and Walmart, like all of them, like seeing huge like surges in income, but not paying their employees.
But speaking of McDonald's, the McRib is back.
I haven't had a McRib since I was in single digits.
I cannot wait to have another McRib. They would usually bring it back in the city, but some years they would, some years they wouldn't. But it's national this time, so everybody can get a McRib. Oh my God, that is what's for lunch today. A McRib.
Well, I can't have McDonald's for a month, so you enjoy. You let me know how it is.
We can do this little Jessica Simpson story.
Jessica Simpson. I'm just saying. Oof.
That was funny. Jessica Simpson. In news Chris doesn't care about.
Let me preheat my oven for my baked wings while you tell that story.
Who baked wings just like Beyonce? Well, I'm sure Beyonce stole the recipe for her baked wings. But back to Jessica. Jessica signs a multi-million-dollar rights deal with Amazon for an unscripted series. The deal includes a new unscripted docuseries based on Simpson's New York Times best-selling memoir, Open Book. So let's get this straight. Your unscripted series is based on your memoir, which is based off of your years on a reality show. So you're just like, okay, Bravo's beating a dead horse. I can do it too.
Well, you said unscripted, and that makes sense because we all enjoy seeing how dumb she is. So that was like the main draw of her show back in the day. So yeah, I mean, they saw it work back then, so it may work now. Is it the new Generation Z or Generation Y? No, we're Generation Y. I don't think Generation Z knows who she is.
That's true, because it's not like she has any classic music.
Right.
Like, I can't name a Jessica Simpson song to save my life.
With you. With you. Some days I'm a broken girl, friends eyes on.
Oh, it's that, yeah, it's that really, that breathy one.
Oh, remember that song she did? This was a bop. She was in that music video. She was skating or whatever. And all the girls talking about is a public affair.
Oh, not public affair.
All night till the party don't stop.
Oh, damn.
I was like, oh, I forgot about this song. Oh, God, I'm gay. Jesus.
I didn't even remember public affair.
That was a bop. Somebody on Twitter reminded me of that. And I was just like, oh, yeah, she did make that song.
I'm trying to think if there was one song of hers that I enjoyed.
Yeah, it was one of her first songs.
I Kissed a Girl and I Liked It.
That's Katy Perry.
Beautiful Liar.
That's Shakira.
We Need a Resolution.
That was Aaliyah, who's not even nowhere near Jessica Simpson. She had Irresistible. He's irresistible, not old and kissable. He's irresistible. I don't know. I'm trying to think. And she had those boots are made for walking too, because she was in that oh my God, I forgot even the movie. We've spent too much time on Jessica Simpson, so let's talk about usual wines. Usual wines are wines for the modern drinker. Each bottle is 6.3 ounces, a heavy pour, or about a glass and a half of wine. No more pouring wine down the sink when you don't want to finish the bottle. Because of the single serve format and bottle design, Usual is always fresh. No more flat, bubbly, or stale rosé. The wines are low carb and have 0 grams of sugar. Usual has a red blend, a rosé, a sparkling white wine called Brut. They also have a limited production Brut rosé just for the summer. Usual wines are made from world-class AVAs in California like Napa, Sonoma, and Santa Barbara, and are made with minimal intervention, 0 sugar, and 0 additives. I got a variety of different wines. So I got the Brut red blend, and my favorite, the rosé. This rosé is so good, y'all. Oh my God.
But don't grapes contain sugar? To clarify, all usual wines are produced using natural, sustainable grapes harvested every fall. These grapes are picked at optimal ripeness to ensure all sugar will be fermented completely until the wines are dry with no residual sugar. All that's left over is delicious, clean wine. The process of fermentation happens when natural yeast eat the naturally occurring sugar in the grapes. In goes sugar, out comes alcohol. Some winemakers will purposefully end fermentation early to keep a little sugar in the wine. Usual wines are fermented until no more sugars are in the wine. This ensures the wines are dry as possible and lower in calories. We have a special holiday product coming in early November, Usual Reserve. It's an ultra premium limited edition Mount Verdier Cabernet Sauvignon. Introducing Usual Reserve. This is our most special wine yet, just in time for the holidays. Hailing from one of the most celebrated plots of land in all of Napa, this Cabernet Sauvignon is concentrated and rich, with just enough grip. Gift it to someone special or keep it all for yourself. The holidays, as usual. Go check out their website at www.usualwines.com and use our discount code ROAST for $8 off your first order and try your first glass on us. Indoor dining will be banned in New York City starting Monday, December 14th.
Is this breaking news?
Yeah.
I did not know this.
Yeah, this is breaking.
Wow. Well, I made the right decision by not going back to work. I feel really bad for all the people that are all the people that are in restaurants right now because they don't know what to do. And they're closing everything, but they're not solving the issue of, well, are you going to pay us to stay home? Like, all those people have to get back in line into unemployment now. Crazy. And y'all, December 14th, for you people in Georgia, please go to the polls. Please. It is the last day to get registered and start voting because we need to have an all-blue Senate so we can get these checks because Mitch McConnell is not going to help us. So moving on, what did you think about Sunday night last week? You know, like the premiere of Atlanta, and what did you think of the finale of Potomac?
I wanted to see more of a fight. Like when I'm gonna see two white men fight, I want to see a bloody nose. I want to see, I like how they can get really rageful with each other. So I'm like, let's see it. Like, come on, let's see that privilege rage. How dare you tell me what to do? I want to see the privilege rage. And we didn't get that. We just got a sorry show, and then Michael, I'll call my lawyers. Child, your lawyers is already on the line, cleaning up your bussy grabbing from last time.
Right. Now, personally, I really enjoyed this finale. I don't know. It was just so much to talk about because if you notice, we both had long reviews because there was just so much going on in that finale, and that's how a finale should be. My takeaways from it, first, the fight between the two white men on the show. I think it was great. It was necessary. Michael needed his ass whooped. Now, I want to present you this question because I said this on my review. I paralleled the fight between Michael and Chris with Candace and Monique. Now, let me show you. So, if you're for Candace, that means you're for Michael because Michael didn't touch Chris at all. And technically Candace didn't either. So you can say, did they provoke them? Because we both know that Michael needed his ass whooped. But Chris, like, he pushed him and like charged at him too. So I'm just saying, like, in this situation, Candace, your husband is wrong. Just like this is how you say Monique was. So I'm just saying that's just how words can provoke somebody to put your hands on somebody. Now, I'm not saying that Candace deserved to get her ass whooped. She didn't. That's the only difference. Candace didn't deserve to get her ass whooped to me. I think Michael deserved to get his ass whooped, though. That's all I got to say. But do you agree, like, there was kind of like a parallel to what you think the matter of... Do you think there is a parallel to where it's like being provoked and someone being at fault?
Candace deserved, to me, to get that butt beat. I mean, how many times are you going to ask someone to drag you before you get drugged?
And let's not forget, her mom hit her over the head with a pocketbook. Her mom assaulted her. Did she bring her mom to court? Did she bring her mom to court? And
if she brings her mom to court, then her mom's going to turn right around and put her in eviction court. So they could go, she's like, if you want to go to court, we can go to court, girl. I can put you out too.
And speaking of court, the last scene, they close out with Queen Monique. And I just got to say, that freeze frame, and the producers added an echo to her laugh, an echo.
that to me said production. That really showed whose team production was on. Production was on Team Monique. The fact that literally, like, they gave her the last laugh.
Oh,
that laugh.
Like, it was like an echoed Disney laugh. I was just like, wow. I dragged that bitch and got away with it. Like, she might as well just said that. She might as well just said that. Said, don't be trying to put me in jail because you got embarrassed because you asked to get dragged. Like, oh my God. So yeah, that's how I felt about the finale. I cannot wait for the reunion. The reunion looks good. Potomac has just really stepped it up. Now let's talk about a franchise that has stepped down. Tell me your thoughts on the Atlanta season premiere.
It was one of the best Atlanta episodes I've ever seen because there wasn't meaning. I mean, it was all about the lack of meaning. Like, every minute, she wasn't there.
I didn't notice that she was, like, missing.
I think that they handled the Black Lives Matter plot line very well. It was respectable, but that was well done. But then also it was just, now Kenya is going to be the sore spot of the show. Now, I'm not making fun of anybody's weight. Everybody is beautiful at whatever size. Size is not the issue. Making sure your clothing fits, however, is an issue. You got big is beautiful. I've been plenty of different sizes, but my clothing fits. I don't come on here in no snug crap. So can you
breathe? It did. Like, it made her like look. It made me uncomfortable. And Kenya's still beautiful, you know, but wearing clothes that don't fit, it looks obvious.
That's the thing. It's like, girl, if you need to go up a size, go up a size. We done all put on a little quarantine weight. That's why you're building that pool. Although I don't know why you have to build a pool when you're in a ditch and the rainwater will collect in a minute. Rainwater will collect like Beyonce collects royalties off of the songs that she stole from A. Marie.
She didn't steal that song, but let's get back to more important matters. Two takeaways that I got. The theme of this episode was Cynthia's titties.
No, actually, I'm going to say, I think it was everybody's titties.
It was everybody.
Everybody was juicy and titty and baby oil down all up and through. I was going to say, I would say, like, the cleavage of Atlanta is such a welcome respite from the high necks of Salt Lake City.
I agree. Riley looks like she is 26. She had a full beat and lace front. And I'm like, she going to college 17? What? Is she going for the reunion? Like, she not coming for, she not enrolling in college.
She dropping her kids off. It's funny that we watched this girl grow up and it was like she was 12 forever and now she's 40.
Right. Also, I want to say, I love how they, handle Black Lives Matter, but so far, we're getting recycled storylines, and I really do think they need a fresh group of women. Like, Candy's opening another business. Like, oh my God. And she's going after child support too. We've seen it. We've seen it.
And then everybody's kind of like, why are you going after child support if you have all this money? And it's like, well, he does owe it to her. That's really Riley's money. Like, Candy isn't going after it for herself. Riley should get that money and go to college with it. And that's
Right. And again, like I said, we have four women, like four other women who are not even on the show that are trying to move the plot along. Because the other five can't do it on their own, which is just crazy to me.
You know, it kind of feels like the Hunger Games with four friends of the show. It's like, oh, well, may the odds be with you to get your peach.
Right. And you remember New York? Like, I think it was one season where they had 8 women on the show. They were all cast members. But for some reason in Atlanta, like, it really is Hunger Games. Like, we can't have more than, I'm surprised they have only 5 this season. But yeah, it's just crazy. They don't want to have like at least 7 wives.
Well, I feel like I feel like the cast expand and contract. And 2, I feel like they are now trying to run it cheaper. Like, you saw they got rid of all the top heavy salary older wives on all the franchises. Mm-hmm. Like, and even Atlanta, like OC, I think that this is going to be Teresa's swan song on Jersey. Because Jersey, but then again, Jersey don't have nothing without Teresa. She's kind of the meanie over there. Bethany left in New York, and Bethany said, like, yeah, if they pull up with a Brinks truck. And so it's like they clearly weren't paying her before she left.
Right.
So I could see smaller casts and more friends of shows where it's like, okay, we're gonna have 4 friends of the show, so you've got to buy for your position.
Right. And the rating.
Buy and undulate. Buy and undulate.
The ratings came in too for that night. Potomac got a season high, and they're almost in 1.4. Now Atlanta, they didn't do bad, but they lost 500,000 viewers than their last season premiere. So I don't know. Like, maybe.
I would say too, you're only as good as your last season. I think that the boring season with Nene, where she didn't have a plot line, where Greg was her plot line, that didn't do them any good. Then they brought Nene back again, and she was half there. That didn't do them any good. Now Nene's gone, and they've got these new heifers that we don't care about. That's not doing them any good. Marlo should have gotten a peach.
I agree. But Marlo probably still have skeletons in her closet. So she wants to be on the show on her terms.
Skeletons, is that what they call stolen clothing from boosters?
Yes. Yes. Now, my last story is associated with Real Housewives of Atlanta, and it has to do with Kenya. She was interviewed, and she was throwing shade at Porsha. Now, this is what she said in her interview. Oh, this is regarding the whole stripper gate. This is what I say. No one is trying to slut shame anyone. No one is trying to say you can't do it. You're a single person. You can do whatever the hell you want to do. Just don't lie about it. And of course, she's referring to Porsha since Tanya isn't single. Now, she's like, don't do it at work if you don't want anybody to know. If you're in a bedroom in a shared house with the rest of the cast, you should not be doing something that you don't want people to know about on national TV. And you shouldn't be bringing down other people trying to cover for you either that you claim are your friends. Do what you got to do, but do it at home. And then this is where the shade comes in. She's like, at the end of the day, people love a hoe. You know what I mean? People like hoes. They're funny, they're outspoken, they live life on the edge. People like a hoe. Just be a hoe. It's not a bad job, don't you think? I mean, people love a hoe. Damn.
Oh, Kenya. Kenya. You know, it's just funny that you point out lying when we still haven't seen your marriage license to your crouching husband, hidden donor. Dennis may have been cheating on her, but at least he would appear with her. Your man is nowhere to be found.
At least Porsha knows Dennis's parents. And I know y'all clocked that tea that, the producer asked her, so what's Mark's relationship with his other children? She doesn't know. She doesn't know. She doesn't know at all. She's like, this is a loaded question. She does not know anything outside Mark's life. Mark don't even want to be associated with her and that baby. She should listen to Phaedra and just went down to the sperm bank, honestly. Because he is embarrassing her. You already sure, like her lawyer was saying, like, why are you self-depreciating yourself for a man? Like, get it together. She's in a glass house just like Robin. A glass house in a ditch.
It is bigger than Rob's apartment. But Kenya, I think, honestly, is doing this for attention. It's the only way that she can keep a plot line on the show, because we are interested on how much you're going to have to pay this fool to go away.
Yes.
Carrie Hilson is in a Lifetime movie.
She can't be playing herself. She's playing somebody else, right?
I imagine so.
Oh, okay, because I'm like, good for her. I'm glad she's working. I think I don't know. Can she act? I thought she sang.
Or whatever. Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, I gotta send you this right now. Oh my God! Oh my God! Christopher, you're gonna die. Oh God, I just sent it to you on Instagram. This is a meme of the week. I'm going to put this in because it's not copywritten. Oh my goodness. How the grandfather sucker stole the church's money. This is the best meme of 2020.
On that note, I'm done.
We will see you sooner than the upcoming holiday season.
And I'll see you sooner than the next white woman on Red Table Talk.